Hello, hello, hello. Holy frig. I haven't heard myself speak into a mic in like a week. I'm not used to my ears being covered when I talk. Wow, I was so used to that during Perg, and now I haven't done it in a while. Holy smokes. What's that? It's like a 140 energy. Gotta burn through that. This event, I gotta say, the exchange shop's good, but once you get through it, it starts to get a little, what's the word for it? Unincentivized, I guess. I know I'm nowhere near done my shop, but I've got like a lot of the stuff that mattered, but not all the stuff. Like I'm working on these sculptures. I got the seals, absolutely. Got the seals. I should get the Wandering Spirits, because if ever we need that for something, I don't want to ever have to do Lacus Mortis ever again. So I want to do that. Horseshoes are down a dozen, but they are what they are. War fans, I was working on them a little bit. Pale colored thorns are nice. I bought all the cushions, like the first event I've ever bought them, just because I was like, oh, it doesn't take energy. Like, why would I farm that? But I will this time. I already did, actually. Got 70 cushions, sounds good to me. And then I gotta get those stones, because God knows Purg weapons take stones. So, yeah. I actually just caught login. I didn't log in at all yesterday to, like, anything. I booted up my PS5 yesterday, and it had, like, no internet connection. And I tried to, like, unconnect and reconnect and unconnect and reconnect. And it was just like, no, you have no connection. I said, well, I guess I'll go turn on my Switch that is clearly connected to the same network, and I played that. So that's what that was. But yeah, I haven't been streaming for a while. Mostly it's just because I finally started playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I absolutely love the game, and I've been playing it for 8 days. I put 90 hours into it, and it's just so fun. Like it's the first game I played in a long time where it's like I can't wait to wake up. Like I remember like back when I first got my PS2 and I had gotten it with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, like it was like that for me. I loved it so much that I just woke up. I like went to bed at like 12. I woke up at like 5. And I'm like I got to keep playing. like it's rare when a game does that to me. Where it's just like, oh man, this is such a fun experience that I can't sleep. I'm dreaming about it. I got to do more, and it was so nice to do something like that, especially after Purgatory. Purgatory being such a regimented thing, you had to do it. You had to be on at a certain time. You had to do things at certain times. So rigid, so stressful, so like. You never know, are they going to update? Is something early going to happen? What's going to happen to my medals? You know, like all these questions and concerns. And then we had the, hey Renato, how you doing, man? And then we had the issue of Lyra getting the wrong recipe, so we went for the long haul again, another 9,000 medals. And I ended up making two there's a word for that thing, revolutions, 2 Tensho weapons. So, I guess a break was warranted, an Oni break. I would still log in from time to time, and well, I would log in every day. I would usually just do my 3 runs of Mikami and Miyamoto. That's generally what I've been doing. And I think that's pretty much the same for a lot of people. I know that in a lot of the chat groups I'm in, a lot of people have taken this time to craft their Dark Fins, and congratulations to them. You know, that's why I've always said that it's good to have a lull of an update every now and again. Because if they oversaturate us with like super important updates of knowledge mags and purgatories and all this stuff, go, constant gameplay, you'll get burnt out. And it's good to have an event like this, which is kind of laissez-faire. Like it's just you just get what you want. You just look at it. Oh, okay, it's like a buffet. Like, you have no obligation to, like, do anything, really. Collect your energy restores every day. That's actually positive. Get your seals. Get your... whatever you need. Whatever's on that shopping list that you need, get it. Yeah. I put up some clips. Like, I haven't streamed, but if you've been just checking out the subscriptions and stuff, there have been little clips of, like, me doing this boss with different vanguards and what have you. I tried Kieran, she did really good. Azura did completely awful. I really thought he would maybe do good with fire, but no. He was not that good. I tried to use this Karma Blaze, I tried to punch. His punch did like cap, but it's like that ain't doing shit for us no more. So so yeah. So I don't know how the community's going. Like, I haven't really been talking to many people. Like, I know Lyra's been playing Elden Ring. Like, I've been playing Pokemon Arceus, he's been playing Elden Ring, so we're both doing, like, two sides of the same coin, open world and combat and stuff like that. And I was looking at his stream the other day, fight a boss. It's pretty cool. So, one thing that I was looking into, because I really thought we were going to get a Purg in 2 weeks or whatever, like, we had the update, and then 2 weeks later I thought we'd get a Purgatory, and that didn't come to pass, so I'm like, oh great, more time to play Arceus. Because I remember when the game first came out, I got it day one, and people kept asking me that I talked about it, that I had it, and they said, when are you going to stream it? When are you going to play that? And I said, don't know if I'll stream it, but I said, I'm not going to play it right now, there's a Purg. And rightfully so. I've been playing it non-stop for like 90 hours. Like, in 8 days. I started on the 8th of March, and it's like the 17th today, I think? 17th or the 18th? Something like that. So, yeah, if I would have started playing that while doing Purg, that second weapon would not have been made. But I was looking into it, about the whole, like, if JP was going to get a Purg, like, now we can look to whatever JP's updates are, we can see that they're going to be indicative of what we're going to get, like JPPC. So, because like, for the most part, they have been 1-to-1. Like, when they got Tensho, we knew we were getting Tensho, and so on and so forth. So... what's that noise? So I tried to look ahead and see if we were going to get Ausame or Gakaho or whatever they had in store, but from what I could tell, like, they did get an update, but it was not, there's no mention of any Purgatory. Now, I haven't watched gameplay or anything, I haven't looked at Kurenai's channel. They could very well have a Purg, and I just don't know about it. But, what was I going to say? I didn't see anything, but what I did see was they're getting a new mod mag, or new Senryu mag. And other people have seen this as well. I did put a little community post about it the day it happened. I figured it didn't really warrant a whole stream, just to talk about two things that we don't really know fully much about. So I just put out a little community post, and for those that read it, they know what I'm talking about. Those that don't, I'll talk about it now. So, basically, like, these, we call them pay-to-win mags, or Neon Koropan mags, but a new breed of them is coming. The Senryu is honestly, like, when Senryus first came out, they were like, it's a Senryu. And then everyone wanted the Prodigals, and Prodigals are good. But then now, in, like, 2022, the Senryu is so coveted. Senryu fitting into so many builds, like 2 Kotanoas, 2 Tempest, 2 this, 2 that, Chiami Senryu. You're at, like, damn near 500 skill force, your crit force is very respectable, your element is very respectable. It is a very sound and solid build. Like, Senryu came up being, like, the big winner in the end, especially, like, I've been using it, I got Lyra to use it, like, it's such a nice Magatama. So, now these, so after the Senryus came out, we then got the mod generation of mags. Like, Senryu was just a big skill force mag with affinity on it, especially the bigger one had affinity. The mod mags, the element multipliers, like things like Monsoon, I don't even know what they're called. I know one's called Monsoon, one thing's called, like, Frozen, there's, like, a dark one. Basically, they're the multiplier the damage multiplier mags, basically. They were added at that point. I think it was during Yogg Part 2 when they came out, so that was many years ago, actually, when they first started rolling out those mags. I have a mod. I have one. Where is that? I sort by chakra to be around like 45 or something. I think, just for comparison's sake, just so I can look at it. I thought it was around 45. I think they're 35 chakra base, and then I ornamented it twice, so it should be 45. There it is. Yeah, the heaven. I have a heaven Magatama mod. It is 3 ornamentation slots. So basically, these mags came out, and they were like, if holy 180 or more, you'd get a bonus damage multiplier of 10%. So at the time, it was basically like having an El Sin or a Day 10 Ryu as a mag, like for the specific element. And it's not that it powers up those moves, it's just that you as a character must have those elements. And the big deal about it was that damage multipliers were huge on the character because it boosted your damage by adding extra millions every time it triggered at a 10% rate. It was pretty good. It would let you see the magical 11,999 damage on the weapon. So then when it came on the mag, it was like, oh, well, now my Vanguard can do an extra 1 mil damage every time it triggers. And that's like, okay, that's nice, but it's not that amazing, but it can be if your build can support it. And then it also has things like it gives you like a crap ton of holy, gives you a little bit of affinity, 5 critical, attack speed, SP, things like that. So now there's going to be a new breed of these kind of mags that affect the damage limit cap. And I'm not surprised that Cyberstep chose to go on the angle of not just doing a universal change that benefits everybody, but instead doing a monetized change. That's completely expected, but it's done in an interesting way. I'm interested in these mags, but I don't know how interested I am. It really comes down to how good they are. Like, I know on my Discord I was talking about them a little bit the other day, and basically, like right now, we just had a rollout. Like originally we had the damage boosting Ogis, like the original ones. When they first came out, the ones like the main ones were like the Axe and the Odachi that would boost your damage by 7 million over cap. Like if you were going to do damage cap, these would allow you to hit X amount over the cap. So if you had like the Bow or Twin one, it was complete garbage. Like you can hit 2.5 mil over cap. It's like, really? Wow, incredible. But it's like, then you have the Odachi and the Axe. It's like, this will let you hit 7 mil over cap, and it turns your damage cap into, it almost doubled your damage, which at that point it was respectable. Personally, I used the one on staff. The, I don't remember what it's called actually, but it looks like Whitebeard's attack. Anyway, I used the one on staff that would give me an extra 4.5 million damage cap increase, and I felt like that was fine because it was synergistic. It wasn't me holding a dead weapon in my perspective. Like I wasn't going to just craft an Odachi or well, in my case I only have the Axe one, so I wasn't going to craft an Axe to use that for a big buff. And I had my spear one, which is higher, but it was a wasted DPS slot in my opinion. Like these Ogis are nice, like they were useful fighting the chocolates. It was actually the most usefulness they've ever had. But I find them more cumbersome than anything. Like, the damage cap Ogis are nice, but it's just that they, like, you always have to reapply them every 20 seconds. So you have to, like, cast, like, if you, on my staff, for example, I go Medi, then I do that, and then I attack, and by the time it's done, like, I have, like, a glorified 15 seconds to use it, and it is useful, it is nice, but on Spear, depending on our move, we hardly cap. Like, we're doing multi-hit damage. Like, it's not for Spear, but I can understand it being for Axe and stuff. But even if you did 17 million a hit on a single hit move, like Blistering Ice Wave or Verdant Storm, it like, even if you did 17 million, it doesn't even, like, compare to Ice Dragon Spiral doing 50. And if you can get Ice Dragon Spiral to do cap on like a Frozen Shadow, and you'd use the buff, then I would do like 16 million a tick, not just a move. So, like, I found it was so much setup for like a little temporary payoff. Like, it is good if you're only using moves like Icicle Punishment. Like, if you use a damage boost Ogi and then you just go into punishment, like if you had an axe or something that had the axe Ogi and punishment and that's all you did, and you were doing like multi-hit, invincibility, cap, like that's great. That's a fluent strategy. That's OP. It's really good. I did it once because I was running out of Dura on a chocolate. But apart from that, the Ogis are, like in Oni mode, you very rarely hit damage cap, I find. Like, unless you're using it on like Darkfin Twin Swords and you're going behind Tensho, then you're going to do a shit ton of damage. Like, that is a prime example of where the Ogis really shine. But there's so much setup. I find, like, even when we tried doing stuff like that, like, Tensho, like, he was so temperamental that the time we spent setting up was time we could have spent on DPS. And the extra 4 to 7 mil, I wouldn't really ever see 18s or 17s or 16s or whatever people were supposed to be doing with it. But when they did use them and I saw 13s, that was pretty good. But it was such a small window just to do all this setup for. Anyway, case in point, they rolled out the next generation of those Ogis. People that saw the old ones liked them. They wanted the new ones, the ones that just rolled out. Are they in our Nian now? No, they're in the last Nian, I think. I'm not sure. I think they're here? I honestly don't remember. I'm so out of the loop. No, we don't have them now. They were last update, yeah. Because I didn't bother rolling them because people rolled for me, basically, and they said, "Oh yeah, these aren't it, champ." And I looked at the stuff and I'm like, yeah, these are not worth. Like, unless you don't have the art, unless you didn't already have the other ones, like these ones. Like, even if you got the axe one, it was only 4 mil, which is like less than my staff. So that was a big shame. So now they're rolling out with these mags that are going to have damage limit on them from the get-go. Like, that's their main draw, is for them to have damage limit over cap. And my interest in them depends on how much that number is. If that number is anywhere, if it's under 5 mil, I don't care. If it's 4 mil, I care. But if it's 2 mil, if it's 2.5 mil, I don't care. I really don't care. Like, to me, it's not worth the money. Now, we'll have to look at the Prodigal whenever the Prodigal, assuming you craft the Prodigal and it's not also from the Nian, we could look at the Prodigal in the Point Daruma and make a further decision at that point. But it really depends how much damage cap limit that mag presents itself with. Like, if that is literally like 10 million over cap, it's damn well near worth it. It's amazing. It's essentially doubling your damage. But I don't know what to think of these things, because I obviously can't think of them. I can't look at them. But just in concept alone, if it's like 1 mil, it's garbage. It's absolute trash. Like, to put it in perspective, because I did a math equation in the because someone was, I think, was talking to Ronan about it, Zoro, and he was asking about it when I mentioned it, and I said, okay, so here's some math. I said, so let's say you have Tidal Wave Sublime. Tidal Wave Sublime hits 20 times. So Tidal Wave Sublime, let's say on average you're doing 2 million damage a tick. You're using like a Rev 3 or something. Tidal Wave Sublime does 20 hits at 2 mil. You're doing like 40 million damage? 40 million about. So this damage cap thing doesn't affect you. You're going to do 40 million regardless. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're using something like Ice Dragon Spiral 7, which is free to play accessible, you get it on a Dark Fin, it's completely accessible. So long as you can beat the thing. And your skill change and whatever. Now, if the mag boosted your damage by 1 mil, you now go from doing 50 million a hit to 55 million a hit. And that's not worth fucking up your build for 5 million damage. Like, it's like, change your whole build to like accommodate for this mag, or push L1 a second time. Like, that's how I look at things. It's like, push L1 again or change my build. I think I'll push L1 again. But if it's something like, if the baby mag was 3 mil, then you'd do an extra 10 mil, and that would be the, like, essentially how I look at things is every L1 should be somewhere from 7 mil to 10 mil damage every time you push L1 at an end game perspective. Like, if you're doing things correctly, you're using optimal things, every L1 press should be a damage cap, or somewhere close to 7 mil or 6 mil higher. Some along those lines. So if, like, this thing that's going to make me potentially weaker, apart from the damage cap thing, does not do more than what a meditation in an L1 is going to do, then I don't know how worth it's going to be. Now, there is a combination you can do with mod mags, and I don't know what the chakra is going to be in these things. I really just am talking speculatively here. One thing I've done with mod mags in Oni modes where damage multipliers actually help, because you're doing extra damage that you can't normally hit, because in Oni modes your crit is usually shut off. In terms of Holy, I have the Heaven mag and I have the Baby Heaven mag, and you can wear like 2 Frozen Frozen Hell mags, the mod mag, and the Baby mag. And the Baby mag, apart from all the I call it the baby one, but the like mini form of the mods before you turn them into like actual mods. They're just called Heavens or Prodigals or whatever the hell. You can wear them both at the same time. They both have the same multiplier. Like, it's not... The bigger one just gives you extra bonuses, like affinity and what have you, and things of that sort. Like, I have put them both on to give myself an additional 20%, like a 2 independent 10% chances of extra damage, and I do notice it, like if I use things like Spirit Blast Sublime or Judgment Cross, things like that, I notice it. Hey Sluggy, how you doing? And I've noticed that you can double up on these mags, and you do get the 2 multipliers, and it's nice. It's nice. Like, I would trust multipliers more than damage cap bonus thing. Now, that's on like the player's perspective. Now, the real place these mags are really gonna shine. It all depends on what moves and sublimes you have as well. Like, if you have if you go full Judgment Cross, like full Holy build, you have a Revolt, you have Frozen Hells or whatever have you, and you're going ham. You're doing damage cap a tick against like an enemy like the Flies in Chaos, and you have damage over limit, you're going to do like 17 million a tick, 170 million damage. Like, if you're using a move like that, in the right circumstances, hell yeah, you're gonna damn near increase your damage 70%. Absolutely. That's assuming you're using the axe OP. Now, if the mags add up to be like 7 mil, or like if you could wear both of them and they gave you like 5 mil each, fuck yeah, they're good. Hey Ragey, how you doing? Hey Sluggy, what was that comment you said that you're kind of giving up on Oni, you're right into Genshin? I do know, like, they're both good games, they're both fun. I did my Genshin stuff earlier. Genshin eventually, it devolves into just it's like a daily check-in thing. You log in, you do your stuff. Beyond the honeymoon phase of Genshin, like the honeymoon phase of Genshin is you go in and you're exploring, you're learning, you're getting chests, you're getting artifacts, you're doing everything. It's a really fun time. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, so, like, while I haven't... Like, the main thing about those damage cap limit Ogi thingies... Not Ogis, sorry, the mags. Their main advantage, basically, whenever something's put on a mag, or when something's put on an accessory, it changes the game. When it's a skill, it's on the player. But when things get to be used on Vanguards, things change. Like, if I use the Holy mod, my 2 Holy mod mags... with a build of Holy, and I use Lancelot, and I use Holy Lancelot, Lancelot's going off. Lancelot has so much damage, multi-hit, that the multipliers just go off. Like, it's insane the kind of bullshit you can do. And I feel like there's kind of a duality here. Hey, Gekiden, how you doing? Like, damage cap stuff is mostly for single hit, and multipliers are more for multi-hit, which makes sense. So as like a spear person, my perspective is a bit biased towards multi-hit when it comes to these concepts of damage limit over cap stuff. But at the end of the day, we have universal mags. And I've noticed this shift as well with Kodanoa mags, with knowledge mags, with all these universal things, Fused Bear if you have it, Dragon Arc mags. I'm using a Battle Maiden Shizuka actually. Thanks for asking. Now that there's this universal thing about mags, more about element and less about what weapon type you're using beyond things like affinity, there has been a huge shift to people playing outside their class, playing outside their choice, playing, let's just say, optimally. Was it 40? Did I fuck it up? It was 40? I fucked it up. I didn't charge it long enough. I didn't charge at all if I was doing 40 mil. Oh man, I'm embarrassed. What? I was like, why is this taking so long? But at the same time, on the topic of damage cap over limit stuff, Battle Maiden Shizuka is a prime example of how good damage limit over damage is. So Battle Maiden Shizuka, who I should do a guide on now that I have 4 scrolls, although you only need like 1. She is a prime testament to how damage over limit works. So, Battle Maiden Shizuka cheats. Like, she has moves that do damage and give you damage over limit, and her damage over limit is insane. If you don't charge the move, she says you can do up to 40 million damage. If you do charge the move, you can do up to 60 or 70 million damage. And if you fully charge the move for the next 30 seconds, you can do 100 million damage. So, like, Battle Maiden Shizuka is a testament to how powerful this stuff is. Like, she's single hit as fuck. But she'll kill Makami in 10 shots. Because it's 100 mil. Makami has not 100 mil, sorry, 1 billion. Makami has 1 billion health. And she does that in 10 shots. Now, a character that does a shit ton of damage cap and multi-hit is Tadakatsu Honda. Now, Tadakatsu Honda, honestly, I've tried to use damage multiplier stuff with her. Because you don't even need an element build with Honda. You just need attack. Honest to God, you just need attack with Honda. She'll do fine. If you she gives herself her own element. It doesn't even matter. Like, I've tried to use the multipliers, but compared to, like, when you're doing damage cap a tick with a laser or Shinden or whatever the hell you're doing, getting an extra 2 million off is literally just sprinkling sugar onto your sugar donut. Like, you've already achieved maximum diabetes damage. Like, putting any little more is not going to kill you any quicker, or the enemy. Like, it's so superfluous. Like on something like Water Dragon or Tidal Wave Sublime, yeah, an extra 2 million a tick, that's amazing. That's insane. Like Monsoon Mags, Tidal Wave Sublime, you're doing like an extra 2 million a tick? You went from 40 mil to like 60? Fuck. That's good shit. That's a 50% damage increase. Die, Tango. Yay. Just burning all my stamina. Sometimes you just don't care and you dash everything. It's like, you have a better option for this. Yeah, but I also have like forward on left stick in this race. But like, yeah, like I don't know the full scope of these mags. I wish I did. But now that you told me that I didn't charge my attack, I'm upset. I turned to fire. I debuff her to fire. She's now weak to fire. I fully charge. Where is she? Yeah, the 40 mil's a not crit. That's all that is. They did change Crossfire. I haven't tried it, but I've heard about it. So basically, there's the little buff there. Superpowered damage limit. For 30 seconds, my damage level is increased by 90 million. So, like, if we as a player can get anything close to that with these mags, well, there's something special there. Like, if I just tap it, it fucks it up, because now for 30 seconds, I can't override this. My damage limit increases by 30 million. So that means, like, every hit that's supposed to do cap ends up doing 40 million instead of 10 million. And this also applies to her multi-hit. Like, I've had her tornadoes do, like, 15, which was pretty cool on Mikami. Because they normally cap anyway. Like, I did a video of her just backflipping, and she hit him 100 times, but it killed him. And then if I charge it twice, or to one, then she has 60 million. So 30, 60, 90. And her damage would do stuff. So, like, at the same time, if I get these mags, like, let's say these mags come out and they're like, if they're 5 million, if they're 5 million damage over cap, and that's amazing, it doesn't really do much for Shizuka. Like, if Shizuka's already doing 100 million, doing 105 million ain't gonna matter that much. Sure, it's like 5% increase to damage. Like, on Shizuka, it's a 5% increase to damage. But on Honda, it's a 50% increase to damage. Like, it's a huge difference. Like, if these mags can produce 3's like as low as they could go to make them useful, but if it's like 4 or 5 constant damage cap, limit over cap, superpowered, whatever the hell they want to call them, if it's at least 4 or 5, like, basically, whatever that number is in front of the million, if it's 1 million, it's a 10% increase to damage, assuming you're hitting cap. This assumes you hit cap with any move you're doing. So, if it's 10 million, it's 10%. If it's 20 million, or if it's 2 million, no shit. If it's 1 million, it's 10%. If it's 2 million, it's 20%. 3 is 30. 4 is 40. Basically, whatever the million number is, assuming that based on our normal damage is always damage cap, like for most of our hits, whatever we're doing, these mags could end up increasing Vanguard damage, whatever the percentage is of your superpowered. So if your superpowered is 7 mil, it's a 70% increase to damage. If your superpowered is 100 mil, it's a 100%, not even 100%, 100 times at that point. It'd be 1,000%. It'd be 1,000%. So I'm excited to see what they're all about. Because supposedly they're going to be our next thing. Because if that's what JPPC got right now, if that's what JPPC has, then they should come our way soon, and we'll find out more. That'll be cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Like, it might end up, like, it might end up changing my perspective on some things. Because I do have the, oh, you got your white brilliance, right on, I know you were making that. Because I've had this build in mind, like, for Aosame, like, when Aosame comes back, like, I'm going to fight it like nobody's business. And I had this build in mind of 2 Dragon Arc mags, ornamented perfect faded. 3 rolls of perfect faded. Like, and by perfect, I mean, like, as long as they get 7 to 8 crit a roll and, like, HP or SP, like, that's going to be good enough. And then after I've done all 6 slots, then I'll go back and adjust. Like, you can't just fixate on one spot. Like, you make them semi, then you go full. But I want 2 Dragon Arc mags, preferably Aosame, at triple faded, like, so 7 to 8 crit. So let's just assume 7 crit a roll. So 7, 7, 7. Now, would I settle with a 6 HP, a really high percent? Probably. But if you had, let's just assume 7 crit on every roll on these mags. You have they have 3 slots, basically. So if you, and I think they go up to like 56 chakra at that point. So you'd have 2 of them. So you'd have 7 times 3, 21, 21. So let's just say 40 crit on 2 mags. plus your base of 17 base in your decks. So you're already at like 55, 57 crit with 2 mags, which is decent enough for a spear user, for a multi-hit player. And then I would have a Chiami of the element that they would present. And to use those mags, you basically have to achieve like a really high element number. But if you have a Chiami ornamented with like maze, like the big ornaments to give you at least 30 element to each of the stats. So if it's Osama, you had a Chiami with 30 water, 30 lightning. You slap on those 2 mags, then you slap on the Chiami, and then at the end you slap on like a Senryu type mag with triple confining or triple unblinking eye of like 40 to 45 crit force, because none of these mags give you crit force at all, so you need to supplement it in there. And the mags don't give you cooldown either, so you need accessories with cooldown. You need like a triple unblinking Senryu-esque mag. And I was thinking Senryu for the extra skill force. But if these damage cap mags that come are actually really worth it, I might end up using that over a second Senryu that wasn't built for pure skill force. And I think that would be like this crazy as fuck build to have this constant damage over limit thingy, plus 2 mags that give you 4 damage multipliers, plus a weapon that gives you 2 to 3 multipliers, depending on what you're using. And then you have the healing factor of Chiami with the crit of triple ornamented mags. You could fit, and you'd have perfect chakra for a 140. I think it's like right around like 170, 169 chakra to like pull this off. And it would just be like, that is like my ideal build that I want. And I think it would just be so cool to see something. Although it would take a lot of time, because you can't realistically get all the Dragon Arc mags like in one go. You have to get them periodically, or you have to get lucky in normal mode or Oni mode or hard or hell or whatever. In Tensho, in enough to make 2 weapons, I got 2 of the hell mags from hell, and I got a baby mag from Oni mode. Like in all those runs, I only got 2 mags. And that's yeah, exactly. It's going to take a while, but it is goals. It's hashtag goals, absolute goals. And like that's like the next thing I want. I think that would just be really cool to have. And that's the thing. Like, you'd end up having damage multipliers on a Vanguard. Now, is it a perfect end-all, use-it-all-the-time build? No. If you need Mountain, you can't use Hausame mags. If you need, I think they're negative fire or wind. I don't know what they are. No, Hasames are negative fire and wind, I think. Yeah, probably. But if you needed fire and wind, you obviously can't use them, so you'd use something else. Like you would default to something else. But when they would work, I think they'd be so cool. And the reason it's Aosame is because Spear has Water Dragon, Rolling Thunder, you name it. So using Vanguards, like, although Honda doesn't need it, the amount of light, exactly, Gekiden, exactly. Like, whenever they put something in an accessory or on a mag, that's when it says, oh, this applies to Vanguards. Yes, okay. You've got me. You're letting me put sprinkles on my ice cream. You're giving, like, it's like the thing I already super awesomely paid for, and it's amazing, and I love it, and you're saying I could get something to make it better? You're letting me put turbo? Yes, there are multipliers in mags. Like the mod mags that I was talking about earlier, the mod mags, like they came out when Yogg Part 2 came. Yeah, like they had mags that just had multipliers on them, like nothing else, like multipliers, affinity, a little bit of crit. Like they didn't really have skill force alongside them. But then along came the Dragon Arc mags that don't have cooldown. They don't have cooldown, and they don't have crit force. They just have 3 slots. They have 150 skill force all the time. So if you wear 2 of them, you're at 300 skill force. And then Oh, did you dodge that? So you'd have like 300 skill force, and then you'd have your Chiami, which doesn't have skill force. And that's why I'm saying you put a Senryu on that's going to give you 90 skill force anyway, assuming you're using one weapon. And then that's going to put you at like 390 skill force, plus your weapon gives you, I believe, 5 or 10% if it's melted. Something along those lines, plus your weapon as well. But you'd be looking around 400 skill force, which is very respectable. So 400 skill force, and then you'd have no crit force from the mag, so you'd have 170 crit force, which is not much for your crit. And then you'd ornament them triple crit, so you'd have about 50 plus crit, just right around there. And then you would do you do triple and blinking on the Senryu. And if you did get 40 to 45 crit force, nice empty sky, that's so pretty. If you did that, you'd be looking at a total of status dedals. So I'm at 290 right now, which is almost cap. So you'd be at like 230, I believe, with one triple unblink. Now, could you put in a lychee and do the exact same thing as a Senryu? Yes. Yes, you could. The only difference is that the Senryu has affinity instead of skill force. So that's the trade-off. It's like, do you get the extra attack or do you get the extra skill force? And that's going to come down to testing. What's better? Like, if a lychee does the job better than a Senryu, then you get that. But basically, you just need that to make that build work. I think optimally you want a small fourth baby mag with 3 slots that you could commandeer essentially to do what you need. Now, obviously, the cooldown cut would be lower because you wouldn't have cooldown on this build, which would drive me up the friggin' wall. But that's why characters have different weapons. That's why we have different weapons. But if the damage is good, then that's great. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Now, at the same time, you wouldn't exactly... Like, if you're a player who doesn't need Chiami, you don't use Chiami often, you dodge, you perfect block, you built defensively, or whatever it is you do, on that build, you wouldn't need... you don't have to use the Chiami. If you had something else you could fit in there to provide you with the whatever you deemed necessary, then that would be fantastic. My position is just like, I like to be unkillable. I like to have Chiami. Like, I like to be in a situation where it's like, unless you're doing 50 million in one damage or 50,000 in one damage, I'll live. Like, that's the position I want to be in. Like, I want to be in a no soul egg area. I want to be in a... As long as I have SP. My HP bar is my SP bar, essentially. But yeah, you would prioritize... Like, you would... Because there's always this trinity of damage, the Triforce of damage, where you need skill force, you need critical, you need element, and you put all those together, and then crit force at the end to actually, like... Basically... If you have 200 crit force and you crit, your damage is doubled. Congratulations. And then if you have enough skill force, like basically it's like if you have enough skill force, you can do damage cap. If you have enough crit, or if you have enough skill force, you can do 5 mil. And if you can do 5 mil, and if you crit, you can do 10 mil. And then, like, basically just skill force plus element. If with skill force and element you can do at least 5 mil, if you crit, you can do damage cap. Great. You know? Like, and if you can do 3 mil with your skill force and your element and you crit, then you can do 9 mil if you're at max crit force. Like, it's just like all the different perspectives. And then overall, it's how much attack you have, which affects everything. So attack, critical, crit force, element, skill force, and then the icing on the top is, are you doing damage cap over limit, and are you doing damage multipliers on your multi-hit moves? Now, if you're using something like Battle Mage Shizuka, like I said earlier, multi-hits, whatever. If like using it on her, it's like, I did 102 mil damage. Like, okay, cool. All right. How's your cooldown? Can you do that again? Yeah. Like, and that's what I was talking about earlier. It's like, can you change your whole build to do more damage, or you push L1 again? Like, what is the better option? You like it when Satan calls you honey? Yeah, I like that too, actually. The packs. There were a lot of packs of Valentine's, like, not even kidding. Like, I got the Satan one because I used Satan and I liked how she said, or how she spoke, basically. And then I got the Rumi one because I'm like, well, I have like a 8-scroll Rumi, like, unintentionally. I'm like, well, I'll build her up too, and I'll listen to what she has to say. And she's a complete, like, tsundere. Like, she's just embarrassed all the time. She's like, oh, you're looking at me, you're making me melt. She's like Hinata. She's like, oh my god. Like, Rumi becomes Hinata if you get it. But those packs, like, I'm a huge fan of the Valentine's packs. Like, I really like that. I think in that survey I did, I told them, like, more voice changing packs. Like, if I can get a pack, like, honestly, like, that's the way to go. Like, skins are one thing, but voices, that's where things really shine to me. Is, like, if you can make my character sound different, like a new voice reskin or whatever, like, if you, like, they made Satan, like, love me instead of, like, being really mean to me. Like, it's fun. Like, if you could get, like, I don't know, like, sexy voice Honda or something, or whatever. Like, I think the alternate voice packs are really fun, because they change up how people talk. Oh, so I hope we get more of those. Yes. Like, what I want the most is, like, not the most, but I want them to bring back the succubus outfits. Like, Lancelot and Dart Miyamoto had them, and they were awesome. They gave them a power boost. They were great. They changed their voice lines. I don't know what the voice lines are not. But they gave them new attacks, and Miyamoto had new voice lines for the attacks. Oh my god, I can't hit it. He's inside my ring. But, like, I would love to see, like, Succubus outfit Shikibu. I think that would be so good on her, because she's already purple. Like, the color coordination is there. Like, it would be awesome on her. I also hope that this summer we get swimsuit Shikibu. Like, I think she would just have such a nice... Like, if she just wore, like, a sling swimsuit, her sales would go up through the roof. Like, Gembu got, like, a damn near... Like, if Shikibu could get Gembu's out swimsuit, oh, god damn. Like, if they can put it on a lolly, they can put it on a MILF. Like, let's go. Like, seriously. That should be a metric. Business. I suppose. I am a connoisseur of women in suits and stuff. I like that. But it's true, if you can put it... Nope, no, I'm not finishing that statement. It's gonna be like, if you can put it on a child, you can put it on an adult. But that's probably a better way to say it than the opposite. The opposite's kind of very degenerate and no. So time went forward, and now my login is in half an hour, or an hour. So, but yeah, like, just for comparison's sake, like, obviously Gembu's like 1 billion years old, so she's not even a child. Anyway, Gembu, what's her name here? But Gembu Swimsuit would be so good on, like, any other character. Yes, exactly. Like, imagine Honda in a swimsuit, like, that'd be great. She could look like the Azur Lane character she's supposed to be. But Shikibu doesn't have outfit changes, but basically, where's Gembu? Is she somewhere? Why is she so low? Gembu. So Gembu has her regular little dress thingy, but she has a swimsuit. And it's damn near like the most erotic swimsuit in the entire game. Like, people don't even know. They don't even realize what she's wearing. Like, look at this. She's just got belt straps, like, on her legs. Like, oh yeah, she's got like the sandal straps that go up her entire leg. And then she's just got these little straps everywhere and a little veiled, like, swimsuit thingy. Like, if Shikibu had this swimsuit and all it was a bunch of straps and it just covers the right places, that's it. That's all. Shikibu just needs this outfit. Give this outfit to Shikibu. That's all we need. Absolutely. Like, give all the females this outfit. Give Ho. I think Ho has a swimsuit. Yeah, Ho has a swimsuit. Just a nice little, like, they're pareros, whatever the hell they're called. But like, if we took Shikibu and gave her, I don't have a Lancelots to compare, but for Halloween, that's what I'd love to see. Would be this outfit, the Dart Miyamoto outfit. The succubus outfit, like that, this type of Raijin, you need to fucking move. I need to move. Satan, you need to move. Where'd you go? There she is. Like that outfit there. How come, Raijin, move your ass. There we go. Like something like that on Shikibu. Yeah, the bloodsucker. Exactly. Like, something like that on Shikibu would just be so nice, to be honest. Like, it'd be just so... Even if it was cut and paste, the exact same outfit, like, it would just be so cool. Like, I think that would just be awesome. But yeah, I think that's a step in the right direction, is character outfits with voice lines. I did end up buying all of them in case I ever built up the others. Like, I bought Gargoyles, I bought Ruby, Ellie, and Satan's because they all had voice lines. I didn't buy like Lucifer or KGs or anything else because they didn't have voice lines. Like, I wasn't big on the whole maid stuff. Maids are cute and stuff, but not for everyone. And the packs, they give you an outfit, they give you a voice line, and they give you 5 tickets. It's like you're paying like $10 for the skin outfit voice line change, and then you also get Yorozus out of it, which is like the main draw. And that's a big part of any time me and Lyra talk about the Nyankoropon. It's like, if he's like, if I'm going to be using Paydo, like me and him both do not like using Paydo C to restore. Like, if we have to, we have to. It's what we're paying for. But if at all possible, we'd rather use free-to-play OC. Or the free OC. Like, when we had the campaign when I was leveling up, and they just kept giving us free OC every time we charged, oh yeah, that's what I used to roll. Like, I used that to, like, run. I would run with the free OC. And then, like, that's the best way. Oh, What is this? Oh, assist, mount. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to bring back Shizuka. What? I don't understand the whole appeal of the school swimsuit. I don't get it. Doesn't, like, Oda have that? Oda has... There's your school swimsuit right there. It's on Oda. But anyway. Alright, then they should make it. That's all it is. Like, they just gotta say, what do you guys want? What turns you guys on? That's all they gotta say. And then people are gonna say, like, I want a Manajaku in a sling swimsuit. And then they're gonna be like, we're never asking you guys a question ever again. It's true. I went for a big walk earlier, got some Subway. I woke up and I had a coupon on my phone, basically, in my app for Subway. It was like 20% off, and I'm like, oh, I already have a gift card loaded up. I'm like, if I use this code, I had like a $20 gift card loaded up, so I used the code and it made it go under $10 for my order. I'm like, I'm gonna go. It's a weird day, like it's warm out, but it's not like it's becoming spring. So like I'm used to like wearing sweaters and being cold, and now it's not. What? That's not right. Why didn't they give it to you? Was it like a free drink with a purchase of like $50? You know, as a joke, Taco Bell should just like sell toilet paper. Oh, everybody's been Divinity, it's fine. We had a hard event last time. There was a lot of running with Purg and what have you. Oh, it was a reward. I find there's a lot of, like, with these one-size-fits-all companies. Not one-size-fits-all companies, but, like, nationwide companies, like big franchises, right? Like, you're gonna have, like, a franchise, let's say. A franchise that's really, in a place that's, like, really, really tech-savvy, someplace like, let's say Vancouver or California or something like that. They're gonna have all these apps and these phone things. People are gonna know how to do them. They do the online ordering and stuff. And then, like, the company makes it, like, a big deal that, oh, this is our campaign, this is what we're doing, you have to use this app and stuff. But then they run that campaign in another part of the country that's not so tech savvy, and it's just they like don't know what to do. They're like, oh, you give us money, we give you food, and it's like, here's our thing, and you have to use your phone, and you got to come do it here, and it's like, they a lot of people that usually work at fast food restaurants are not like, not to discredit anyone, but they're not like the most tech, like, how do I say that? I have to rephrase that. It's not what they signed up for. Like they wanted the flip burgers or whatever. Like they're not like the techest savviest of people. Is what I wanted to say. But generally, and my friends have had problems with this. So like, there's like an online promotion for something, and then they go to try and do it, and they try to use like our delivery app to get it, and then it's like, well, you have to do that online, and then the guys, my friend had this problem the other day, and it's like he's like, he was trying to get a promotion, and then he went online, and they couldn't process it online, so then he wanted to he wanted to use the app, and then they said, oh, it can't work, and then they said, do it over the phone, and he tries to do it over the phone, he's like, oh, we can't give you what's over the phone, because it's an online thing, and he's like, it was just a big mess, because it's just like a big disconnect of like, that's the problem with like really, really, really big stuff, is that, like they're too, it's just like, sometimes things are too big and they don't work. Like that's, yeah. Like I could see that. Like, I feel like that happens a lot. The whole, you do like an online voucher thing and then it just doesn't pan out. Hey Mexican. Is the game still worth getting? I mean, right now, Oni's in the best state it's ever been. We merged with Japan back in November, so it's 10 OC restores. Developers care. We get compensation regularly. Not that things generally go bad, but everything's regimented, everything's good. It's honestly the best time to play Oni. If it's on your radar, it's the best time to play. By far. What do I got here? Where did I get that? Oh, I did 5 rounds. Okay. I think I did way too much of that Abuda place. I need to do more Mikami. I'm probably like 4,000 to like 1,000. Oh, I was close. Steam's laggy right now? When was the last time you guys had a reset? What were you doing? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Electronically challenged. Thank you. It's hard to say that without like berating a whole class of a whole industry of work. Like I can't say this the way I want to say this.
Well, right now I don't have any.
Yeah, I do got to do that Mikami one. Oh, she keeps missing the big ball. Yeah, that happens. The big ball, while it is fun, I don't know the last. The big ball is fun, but I find lasers work. Like if you're fighting a big room, yeah, you're gonna use big ball. You're gonna use Almighty Push. But I find the lasers have been my go-to with her. Like you just charge laser attack, charge laser attack, charge laser attack. So, you go with that. Man. But if people got canceled every single time they made an all X statement, everyone would be canceled. They'd be like, don't you know that every time you breathe, you kill thousands and millions of little bacteria every time you move? And every time you take a step, you kill millions of microorganisms? You might as well, like, your very life is bringing suffering to thousands around you. Just by you making me state this statement, I've killed millions of microorganisms. How dare you? But no one ever thinks like that. They'd have to be insane to worry about things outside their control. The best thing right now, like at level 70, like you could do the experience dungeon. Like you just convert your energy into experience tickets. And you could be like level 100, 110. Okay. The PETA Elden Ring? No. I've actually been staying off Twitter for the past, like I'm very seldomly on Twitter for the past month now, because Twitter is so, right now, like I mostly just use Twitter to look at pretty pictures and stuff, and the occasional like Cyrus does an update or whatever. Like I'm not a big Twitter guy, but honestly I'm just staying off Twitter because Twitter is like, right now it's just full fucking, is the word propaganda? I don't know. But it's just fucking doom and gloom all the time. Like, there's no need of it. Like, I can't... Like, I can't go on Twitter without just looking at a bunch of shit that I have no control over. And it's like, wow, this sure is fucking depressing. Like, right now Twitter is just so depressing, I find. Like, I can't even touch it. Like, and it's not even the people on Twitter. It's Twitter itself. Like, it's like... You log into Twitter, and it's like, oh, someone posted a pretty picture. Let me log into Twitter, and it's just like, look at all these Ukraine statistics, and look at all this. Like, if someone wants to press a big red button, I have no control over what they do, and I can't worry about it. Okay? Like, I've had enough of people being afraid of their own shadow for the past 3 years. But I get what you mean. Anyway, it's just, I have not seen the PETA post about Elden Ring. But it's not so much... It's not so much... what the hell? It's not so much rushing 100, but getting to 105 is like the best step to do. Most importantly though, you should do this event. Actually, like right now, if you're on PS4, you should be playing this event. You should be getting like 20 spirit seals and all the horn sculptures. Like, yeah, don't even level up. Just do this event. Like, get with some people or something. Run this event. Just run this event. Like, as a new player, running this event is the best thing you could do. Like, honest to God. Because you can just get like 20 Lunate Spirit Seals and never need another, realistically never need another Spirit Seal for a long time. Like, you'd have your fuse set, you'd have, is it hard? Don't do hell. Like, you'd have to do normal, more or less. Like, this will be around for another 2 or 3 weeks. But the event's not going to give you like power creep mags or anything, but you can from it get, you could get you could get Lolly Miyamoto. There is that. But the exchange shop from her, you have Lil Musashi scrolls, which are something. Getting Genai is actually really good too, if you want to buy her from the shop. So the event has Little Musashi scrolls. It has an outfit for Little Musashi. It has the Miyamoto sword skin. It doesn't glow or anything, but I got that. It was really cool. Has a bunch of outfits for the Vanguards. Has some artisan swords sets. It has 300 mil worth of Ryu. Dura tickets. I should get those, to be honest. XP boost, drop boost, Ryu boost. Energy restores, potions. Does you have any decent Odachi stuff? It's stuff for everybody. It's nothing, like, the game has evolved to a point where, like, nothing is specifically for your class. Like, if they're going to give you something, they're going to give us something that is used by everyone. Like, essentially in Oni, everything boils down to, like, the same concept of things. It's just what they take is like flavored towards a certain class. Like if you want to make an Elsin bow, it's going to need other bows and bow mags. If you want to make yeah, and that's about. If you want to make a severance, it's going to take the severance of the same type. It's not just going to randomly take. Oh, you need this. You need a no-thung to make your Balder Brigandia. Although that doesn't make sense, but it's like everything's going to be within its own type. Beyond like everything's like the same. Like a 105 mag. Like everyone has 105 mags, but what they take is like you need spear mags for your Thunderquake. You need sword mags for your Skyrending. You need Odachi mags for your Odachi 105. Yeah. But it does have godly smelting items, which are really good. They're usable for everybody. You just need 400 of this one drop. Ornamentation things, buttons, band-aids, weapon grade powder, mag grade powder, really good. Vanguard scrap, amazing. Falling crosses, if you did play Lucifer, right there. Frozen Hellhorn, absolutely. Get 8 Frozen Hellhorns. Horn Sculptures, absolutely. Get those. Moon Drops, absolutely. Spirit Seal from Kaguya, absolutely. Plumes, you need those. Moondew, Spirit, Blueprints. Horse Stuff, War Fans, you name it. Pale Coat Thorns, Cushions for ornamentation. So much stuff's in here. Yeah, like they're not so much. Well, there are good consumables and enhancement material, but it's also just stuff you need to make staple gear, important stuff. Really, it's just a huge energy shortcut. Like it has 20 sculptures. Like getting 20 sculptures. Let's say on a normal day, you get like one sculpture a run. You get like one. Let's just say one sculpture a run of Eldritch Beast. Anything more you get is just a bonus. So you're looking at 50 energy times 20. So you're looking at like 50, 50, so 100 for 10. No, 100 for 2. It's 100 energy for 2, and then you're going to get like 10 of them. So it'd be like 1,000 energy, which would be like $10. Like $10 worth of horn sculptures. Like, there's just so much stuff that's worth it. Like, there's a lot of extra stuff like stones and whatnot. It just saves you time. But for your energy, you do save a lot. Like, I've gotten most of the really important stuff. Like, I should pick up these godlies. Looking at it and talking about it, like, I should get these godlies, but I have like 378. I don't why. Part of me wants to run out of godlies, and another part of me doesn't want to run out of godlies. Like, if that makes sense. Although the ornamentation one's like a lot better, but I have no sublimation orbs, so I don't want to do that. I need to run more Makami. But my energy's also... I'm also out of energy, so that'll just be what I do every day. What's my achievement? 10 dungeon runs? Probably. Also, just as a little bonus, like in this event, if you do the Makami dungeon 100 times, you get a poster for your room. Most people don't realize that. It's like the black Makami from this event, the Sublime one. That's the poster. And also in the update that's going to bring the damage limit mags, there's also going to be the black skin for Makami. Like, I don't know how it's going to be available. It's either going to be an OC pack or in the Black Cat or something. But the black Makami skin is going to be there for him. So that'll be great. Maybe I wonder if it makes his ice black or anything. I'll probably get it because it's really cool and I do have him. So that's great. Is Odachi viable? It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, Odachi's really good for Holy. Like, Holy Empty Sky Slash plus the Sublimes it has. Like, Odachi can pull out a lot of work. A Fierce Slash is okay. I've used triple Fierce Slash. Its Holy's really good. nowadays, like, all weapons can do good so long as you support them. Hey, Sky, how you doing? The main thing is that, like, apart from some skills being really good on your weapon, like, Ogis really dominate, like, how good something is. Like, Judgment Cross, available for everybody that plays the Lucifer event in 25 runs, this move is like 10 ticks of potentially damage cap on the right enemy. That goes on anything. Hey, see ya, Gekiden, thanks for talking. Thanks for hanging out. Like, there are some. This event has another. It goes to the 1st of April, so it's got another 14 days. 14, 15 days. So, realistically, in my opinion, play whatever your favorite is. Play your favorite. Now, if you need water and you're a sword user, apart from universal Ogis and the odd event skill, like sword does not have water apart from a couple sublimes. Am I still running? I am periodically doing the event, yeah. I was just mainly trying to use up my energy. I just used it all. Oh, fuck. I don't know why my body's all tired. I went for a big hour walk today. Yeah, Odachi weapons do look good. Like, what sublimes are in the shop? Because, like, some of the best Doogies in the game are now just readily available. Just because, like, they're going to rotate through them all eventually. What does Odachi have for Oogies? Where are the... Oh, they're here. That's Sword. Sword of Avidya. That's the, that's the Fire Slash, I think. This is a ranged fire projectile attack. It's like 2 hits. It's like a fire restriction sublime, I think. It's not bad. What else does Odachi have? Thunderbeat. Sacred Strike Sublime. Yeah. If you play and you come back and you get 8 Yorozus, which is not crazy. Basically, you get a Yorozu every time you roll the paid unit. So, like, 5 Yorozus would be $20 about. So, 5. So, like, if you rolled, like, $40, you'd get you could guarantee yourself a Sacred Strike Sublime. And I'm pretty sure that's a good Sublime for Odachi. So, that is an option. It is available. Yeah. Look, Odachi's Holy. Oh my god, why am I so tired? Fuck. Odachi's Holy is pretty good. I always get tired when I'm out in the sun. I don't know why. Used up my energy. The horse just stopped moving. Yeah, Makami he takes damage from fire. You can hit him with pretty much everything except for ice and dark, but yeah, just use fire. You'll be fine. I figure I'll just beat up Hades and Satan while I'm here. I'm wearing Akane's? What? Oh, for the movement speed. The movement speed. I was so confused. I'm like, oh, right, movement speed for the event. I was like, right. I find the event so slow. I get so bored. Tomoe Gozen. That lady's Tomoe Gozen? She said Tomoe Gozen. What? Where did I put that? Oh man, I used that roar mag. That was pretty cool. I used it in chocolates. It was pretty nice. Any transitional weapons? Well, you start with Sunrise, and then you work your way up to Myriad King when you're like a higher level or whatever. But you can buy the Myriad Kings from him. Like once you raise your Moroku's level up to like a certain point, you can buy Myriad Kings, and they're better. And then you use them until you get to like 105. Then you use like things like the Hio Tengu. You'll use the Neo Excalibur, things like that. What am I looking for here? There we go. That should be fun. That's not my chakra. I'm not at 144 chakra. You're lying to me. That's what I thought. I should re-roll the Revolt at some point. I'm probably going to walk in here and die. Just because I'm like so out of practice. Yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Arceus for like 90 hours. I absolutely love the game. It's like I can't play another Pokemon game like it. Or not like it. Why are you alive? Oh, I don't need these drops. What am I doing? Pick up the Satan weapon, I guess. What? See? Fine. I'll do better. What am I looking for? Sure, it's gonna fuck up my whole build, but why not? Yeah, you can use the 100 million mags for a while, but once you hit 105, you want to switch over to farming 105 mags. For you, that's going to be the Wicked Wolf. And I think the Wicked Wolf recipe drops in Hori Island from the Skeleton Boss. I'm looking for another Frozen Hell. There we go. Okay. And then I'm looking for that thing. Why did I do that? Whatever. What does that give me? Oh, 292. That's pretty good crit force. I would have went over it. That's why. Okay. Alright, we'll see if that's any better. Whee! Aw. I thought the cutscene was closer. Hello, Satan. I got paralyzed. I'm gonna die! Ah. Oh, I'm under half. That's why I'm weak. Game lowered my health. I missed. This round sucks. Oh well. It was like, what, 50 seconds of like bumbling around? Oh, 30. Upending Spear Oni? Yeah? Upending Spears. Like, I want to sublime one of that. Yeah, for sure. I gotta pull up the stream because your comment got cut off. A Bending Sphere Sublime would be so nice. Absolutely. There we go. Ah. I got touched. I can shoot lasers too. Feels so good to hit him with that. Oh, I have 27 health. Look at that. That's funny. 22. There, I did better. Not my best, but it's fine. 27 health. That's funny. Oh, you mean Stone Spire Barrier. Yeah. Like, what I was talking about earlier, if you had 3 Dragon Arc mags, oh fuck. So, like, that's the thing. When your move just hits a lot and doesn't do a lot of damage, like if you had 3 Gakaho mags, or let's say you had the build, you had 2 Gakahos and like the Gakaho weapon, and you had a Mountain Wind Chiami, and you had again like the Senryu, or the, you wouldn't even want the damage limit one. You either want the Senryu, yeah, you'd want the Senryu in this case, and or maybe even like the Mountain Mod or something like that. But you have that build going in, and you get double Stone Spire Barrier, maybe even 3 if you're ballsy, but as a spear I'd want Whirlwind Thrust 7 just because. But basically you just go Stone Spire, Stone Spire, Stone Spire, Stone Spire. You'd be hitting like 30 times in 2 L1s, and you'd be doing like 2 to 4 million damage a tick, like times 15. So like, what do you got, 4 times 15? You're like full health every hit. You'd be doing like 6, 7, 8 mil a tick, like 30, 3 times 7. You'd be doing like 200 mil in like 2 L1s. Like fuck. If everything went your way, it would be so devastating. The amount of damage you could just pull off. And Whirlwind Thrust is still 11 hits, which you're gonna get amplified as well. Exactly, man. It is totally the dream. It's absolutely the dream. Like, let me just take off this fucking weapon. I should never take this off. But like basically the grace. My grace is like a mini form of what I believe my thing would be. Like my Gakaho weapon would be like Stone Spire 7, Stone Spire 6, Whirlwind Thrust, and then it resets and you're good to go. Like the rotation's really nice, because the attacks are still going out while you're pummeling out the wind. So yeah, I have a Mountain Wind Xiaomi. I actually do. I have like a 24, 23, some shit like that. Just made it like at random a long time ago. But it works. Like if you're fighting an enemy like Abyss, where both these elements work, like do. Although Stone Spire 7's actually quite a lot of SP, like 129. Like hell yeah, man. Like douche. And you just keep going. Like as long as you SP yourself, it's such a fun strategy. Absolutely. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, do you make 2 Gakaho weapons? It's like, no, you don't. Why? Because I have a grace. Ah, fair point. Absolutely. Let me just swap out the grace for the rev again. There we go. Huh. Did I repair? But yeah, my oh, I did repair it. it's actually not like that's what you would do in that's what I would do in a Gakaho. But like at the same time, let me just sort by attack here. Fucking Despina. Oh, I forgot about that. The Frozen Fortunes, like this is like the unkillable weapon. You just go, douche, 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 douche. Like every time you just keep it going, do. Just got so many options. I used to have punishment on it, and then I put the sublime on it. But it runs out of SP quick because the moves take a lot. Like 100, 120, 80. And if you have a Chiami going, oh my god. Like, Frozen Fortune's good, but, like, it's just because it has that 80% chance to do a multiplier. So you're pretty much guaranteed to always get that multiplier going. Like, an 80 plus a 20. Like, that's its main advantage to the Frozen Fortune. Is a Frozen Shadow. Or Stone Spire Barrier. Okay, so what do I have for this? Is this my first aid? No, it's not. Oh, so I have a bunch of multipliers. What are they? Holy and holy. Oh no, it didn't. That's actually my build. Okay. Which means I have 5 multipliers. Yay! How do I leave? Oh no! You gotta keep checking them shops. People sell them from time to time. Like, people just have them. The base, though. They're rare. Bases are rare. Or are the bases loaded? It's hard to know. Hard to tell. Oh, they're rare. Yeah. Because, like, the base, you had to get them from the shop. Like, otherwise... True, yeah. With a big enough invig, yeah. You don't need you don't have to worry about it. I'm just not thinking, like, what's my medi? Like, 62 or something like that? I think. 58. I changed my max. Right. But yeah, like... Yeah, with a big enough support, absolutely. I think my favorite part of this event was like on like the second day it was out, all these stalls were everywhere, and Cyberstep like they reset the server. It was so good. Like everyone had to like, I love making people re-put their stuff down. I love that. Just the extra, like I'll say it a million times. Like if the server reset every day, these stalls would not be here every day. That's how that would go. Oh, you don't have a cutscene. Okay. Oh, that's on the wrong web. I was like, why did that take so long? I was like, what? Like, why is he alive? This move doesn't usually tick 7 times. Like, what the fuck? Oh, I was trying to compare the Revolt with the Revolution Tensho, and it's like the damage is interesting. Like they're like with the same amount of holy. I think the other one is stronger. There we go. When they all tick together, 40, 40, 42 mil. What? 40, 42 mil. Oh my god. And then because the game gave me so many Tensho mags, that when Tensho comes back, I'm going to make one of his big mags. That's like one of my goals. I just need a heart. I need like 2,000 medals plus all the drops. I already have the mag recipe. You get like 3 medals from this. That's crazy. So few medals. Is it true Steam still doesn't have Zenith medals? Like, do they even have Oni mode? Like, I don't even understand. They must, because I've seen pictures of people with raids and white brilliances. For Odachi, I recommend being the daring type. I recommend maxing your power, then getting for Odachi, realistically, you would just switch these numbers around, to be honest. Like, for Odachi, you would be a daring type, and I mean, these numbers are actually 140, so compared to like where you're at, it wouldn't really translate. So realistically, you would have 100 power. You would grab like 75 mind. Yeah, okay. Good. So then you would have your mind stat to like at least 75 or 81, whatever you can afford. You're only level 70, so I don't imagine that can go very high. So you would want the mind stat at like 75 to 81 in total. So that's this number here plus this number on the right. And then after that, you would just dump into dex into like at intervals of 12. Like you want your total dex number to be in intervals of 12. So normally as a daring character at level 100 plus to a certain point, you will get like plus 26 dexterity from just from being a daring type, and you'd end up with 82 plus 26 is 108, and 108 is a multiple of 12. I have an additional 2 dex from one of my rolls, so I don't count it. But basically, at 108, which is a multiple of 12, it gives you extra cooldown and critical. It gives you an extra crit every 12 points, and an extra cooldown every 24, I believe. And then after that is achieved to a respectable amount, then you would like dump into vitality. I wouldn't even touch wisdom, because you can just get SP from Fated Contractor rolls. Like wisdom it's nice, but it's like wisdom for like if you're not wand, wisdom or staff, wisdom just decreases how much your staff skills take and your wand skills for SP, and then it'll give you a point to critical every 24 points. And once hitting max level, I managed myself to give myself as much critical I could get from wisdom while maintaining the majority of my build. So in your case, I would recommend I was so confused. What is that? That's item carry. I was so fucking confused. I was like, what? Yeah. So 100 power, and then 75 or 81 total mind, and then basically if you're only using rank 6 skills on your staff, 75 is fine. And then your dexterity wants to be in a multiple of 12, and then after you've achieved either like 108 or 96 dex, then you just massively dump into vitality so that you don't die. Because there's no point to having all this power if you're just going to get one shot. Fire. I need to get back down. I don't see any death sites. Usually they attack me by now. Someone must be out here. Or have been out here. Oh, that was such a good chapter of Onigiri when it was just field boss, field boss, field boss. People would call me to kill field bosses, and I'm just like, what? Like people would just request that I killed field bosses for them. It was awesome. It was a good time. Onigashima. Oh, those are my login rewards. Good. I almost missed login today, but our time went forward, so I actually have later in the day to log in, at least by. So that's pretty cool. Probably gonna log off here. I've used my energy, did some Oni mode stuff. It's been good. So yeah. So for those wondering where I've been playing Pokemon Arceus. Probably gonna go play that pretty soon. We're gonna have macaroni for supper soon. We'll be having that within an hour, so I'll go help with that. Figure things out. Man, when I started this stream, it was like blue skies out, and now it's like gray. Something's going on. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. If we get any more update news, I'll be on it. If I feel like streaming something, by all means, check your subscriptions, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for coming out, listening, talking, asking questions. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Oh, see ya. For sure.